Hello, my name is Emily Fields. This is my critical reflection on self and service connections for our Intro to Service Learning course this spring. So here you see our agenda. There's multiple topics that we are going to be talking about through the course of this video blog. So initially we're going to be talking about what is service, service learning versus volunteering, the evolving definition of what service learning is, how we can encourage community participation, communities and identity groups that I personally align with, a commitment to service learning, overcoming challenges in service, my personal sources of courage and hope, course integrations, a connection to community service, and then of course ending off with a thank you. So first and foremost, what is service? So service is fundamentally about intentional action. It's not just about providing help, it's about meaningfully contributing to the well-being of others, which creates a ripple effect of positive change. So the word that encapsulates this essence is the word impact, which serves as a reminder of the tangible differences we can make in our communities through our actions. So what is the difference between service learning and volunteering? So here I actually have a graphic. This is the relationship between community-based learning, volunteering, and work placement. So work placements are essentially students being the main beneficiary. So students are the ones that in this relationship, they are the ones getting something out of it. They are learning, they're creating goals. There's a lot of reflection involved as a core component, and the student is the one that gets a lot of the bulk out of it. So community-based learning, the community and the student are both mutual beneficiaries. The goal is that authentic partnership. The community gets something out of this connection, and then the student also gets something out of the connection through the experience, through the work, through the reflection. And again, the community is directly involved. They are receiving a service that benefits them directly. So volunteering activities, the community is the main beneficiary. So while we get a lot out of volunteering in our hearts, it's good for the soul, it's good for the mind, it helps us connect with other people. The community, the people that we're helping, those are the ones that are getting that main benefit from the service itself. So that goal is the involvement with the community. And volunteering doesn't necessarily require a lot of reflection towards the end. Of course, we're going to reflect on our experiences, but it's not something that is critical to what is gained from the service. So my understanding of service learning has transformed remarkably throughout the course of this course. So initially, I did view service learning as simply a mean to help others. I learned that it's reciprocal. It's an exchange between both parties, the giver and the receiver, that experience that mutual growth. So this shift has come about through active engagement with diverse communities where we're illuminating the idea that service is much about personal development as it is about community enhancement. So it's a twofold system. I'm getting something, I'm benefiting from this relationship, from this service that I am able to learn from and grow from while directly impacting lives and impacting another person's day and the processes within this environment that I'm in. So to encourage active community participation, it is so vital to lead by example, by highlighting that accountability in every task that we do. When individuals see their leaders consistently engaged in celebrating progress, it sparks motivation. And sharing stories of successes, no matter the size, cultivates an inclusive atmosphere, which fosters a sense of belonging that encourages others to contribute. Something that I do with my staff that I oversee in my career is I say I'm not going to ask them to do something that I personally am not going to do. I'm not going to ask one of them to go take out the trash or clean up a spill if I'm not going to lead by example and be the one to do it. That's applicable here because how can we ask and encourage other people to advocate for their communities, to advocate for change, to go out and show up for their community if we are not the ones doing it ourselves? Showing up, leading by that example is critical. So some community and identity groups that I'm a part of are, of course, the Greater Kingsport Family YMCA, where I am the Director of Youth Outreach. I'm also a part of Appalachian Science, Imagine Science Appalachian Highlands. So this is a nationwide collaboration between YMCA's Girls Inc., 4-H, and Boys and Girls Clubs. Appalachian Highlands, I am part of the planning and programming committees, and we are committed to bringing STEM programming into this area. So I'm also part of the United Way Children and Youth Vision Council. I've worked very closely with Hands-On Discovery Center for STEM education, and I'm also a part of the 2025 Kingsport Chamber Ambassadors Program. So there's a lot of cookie jars that I've got a hand in that are directly going out into the community and providing a service, that are helping, that are doing a critical service of feeding, educating, nurturing, mentoring youth and families in our community. So the influence of these communities that I belong to is profound. Each group that I've engaged with has shaped my sense of responsibility and has driven my passion for youth development and family support. This connection has shown my commitment to service learning and how that's intertwined with a diverse need in our community. Recently, the program that I oversee lost its state funding. So we did have to shift from being a enrichment education-based program to feeding. And I fought that at first. I fought it so hard because I said I did not want to run a feeding program. But I love it. I love it. I love the feeding aspect. I love being able to be the person right there when those kids get off the bus, that I hand them a healthy meal, and I have these families, I have these adults that are saying thank you and God bless you for what you're doing. It's important. Every little second is important, and I truly believe that. Now, to that, there is a fear of not making any meaningful impact. That we have, that what the services we're providing are ineffective. Those doubts about making meaningful connections and impacts can hinder our willingness to act. There's a quote from C.S. Lewis right here. If you want to get warm, you must stand near the fire. If you want to get wet, you must get into the water. If you want joy, power, peace, eternal life, you must get close to or even into the thing that has them. Fear can hold us back in a lot of ways. And if we have the fear that we're not doing enough, we're never going to do anything. If you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? If we are not strong in our convictions, if we are not strong and purposeful and intentional with the acts that we are doing, then what are we doing? The biggest and most profound source of courage and hope comes from my son. He is 8 months old as of, he'll be 8 months old next week. His future motivates me. Finding that inspiration in this next generation where we can strive for a kinder, more connected world, it's so important. It's so important. I not only want him to see that I'm doing work in the community, that I care about other people, but I want him to be able to say that he's proud of what I do and he's proud of his mom and that he knows that he can go out and he can make these changes and he can make a difference. Now, in reflecting upon my journey, there's some crucial reflective practices that have gone along with what we've learned in these classes, of course. So I believe from chapters 2 and 3, we have community as a classroom. These points are so vital, especially because I'm an outreach director. I'm going out into the community. I don't have a specific space that I'm in, a room, a classroom, a building that I'm out at in the community every single day. I'm out, I take a bus, I take a van that we have, and I'm going out. And these points here are go right along with what I'm doing, as well as the academic, social, and psychological impact shown in Chapter 8. Like I was saying earlier, although as a service learning student, you may not solve the big issues, you can certainly make a difference in the life of one child. And again, those seconds, those minutes that we are spending with them makes all the difference in the world. Service is about growing, connecting, and empowering others. So as I summarize my reflection, it becomes evident that my perception of service has transformed. It's no longer just about giving, it's about that mutual growth and empowerment in our communities. So in closing, I'll leave you with a final thought, which is to be the change that you wish to see. A couple years ago, I got the opportunity to go to the National After School Association Conference in Las Vegas, Nevada, and a keynote speaker there said something very profound that I have held on to, and that is, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Who you needed in your youth, the change that you needed to see, the change you want to see, that's us right now in this moment. So it's a powerful invitation for all of us to not just reflect on our experiences, but to take action that will positively influence our communities.